This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Tonight's topic, Officer O Malley. Well, last month, March 11th, we had another fatal shooting. White cop, black victim. So let me just give you a little backstory, a little background. So Officer O Malley is a 33-year-old police officer. And let's see, the victim, Mr. King, is 39 years old. Now, apparently, on the night in question, Mr. King allegedly carjacked old white woman, unarmed he used his fist as a weapon. He punched her in the face, I believe, and forced her to exit. Forced her to exit the car, and then all bulletin, whatever they call it, what is it called? ABB?
Yeah, something like that. APB.
All right.
Police bulletin.
All right, so they sent out a distress signal to all the police officers in the area. And so that went out, and they informed them what Mr. King had did. They told him the make and the color of the car. So when Officer O'Malley and his partner pulled up on Mr. King, he was parked, and they pulled up behind him. Now, when they found Mr. King, he was sleeping in the car, had his chair reclined, and he was sleeping. So Officer O'Malley told him several times to shut the car off and exit the vehicle, and he refused to do so. So he decided that he was going to flee the scene. So he put the car in reverse, backed up a bit, turned the wheel to turn away from the arm where he was parked, and he started to proceed forward. And at this time, Officer O'Malley told him, follow my instructions or I will shoot you. So he failed to comply, and Officer O'Malley decided that he would discharge his weapon 3 times into the driver's side window, hit the man 3 times, and he still had enough in him to move forward. I guess it was his fight or flight response. And he moved forward, and I think he hit a wall or something like that. And then they came, took him to the hospital, and he died. Now, so Suffolk DA, the Suffolk District Attorney, decided that, let's say, Officer O'Malley's account of the fatal shooting did not match up with what the his fellow officers said and other witnesses.
The
video.
The body cam
footage told a totally different story than what Officer O'Malley was stating. So, simply put, the district attorney did not believe him. He's seen something on that footage that we have yet to see because he said that they will not make it public until the trial. And if that at that time, so he decided that he was going to charge Mr. O'Malley with manslaughter, and he had him arrested. Now, let's just say that public opinion is divided because some people feel like the Suffolk district attorney was overzealous due to this being an election year, and let's say the blue wall, all of his fellow officers were out in force to support him, show their support for him. And now, let's say Mr. Attorney Ben Crump, has gotten involved, as he does in a lot of these cases where it is a black person has been discriminated, as well as it results in their death. So Ben Crump is on the case, and that's what's going on currently because they want to make sure that this case doesn't get swept under the rug, and because let's say Mr. King can't get justice, that his family gets justice for him. All right, so that's the skinny of things, and we got 8 questions. And so we got Sean, we got Robert, we got Gregory, we got Kiana, we got Patsy, and we got Tanya. Thank you all for joining us tonight. All right, let's see if we can make some sense of this nonsense. All right. Open notes. Let's see what we got. All right, so guys, I'm gonna ask the questions, and everybody just answer the questions that are asked, and you know the rules. Let people basically answer the question, and if you have a rebuttal, wait until everybody finishes answering the question, and then we can take it from there. All right, let's go. Question number 1. Was Officer O'Malley's fatal shooting of the carjacker a justifiable shooting? Let's go to you first, Tanya.
Well, according to what videos that I saw, the DA is saying it wasn't justified. He charged them with manslaughter. So based on that, I'm going to say that it wasn't justified.
Okay. Patsy, what do you say? Was Officer O'Malley's shooting of Mr. King a justifiable shooting?
I don't think it's justifiable to the point where he ended up losing his life over it. But he could have shot at the car to get blow out the tire or something, since he was still in the car trying to drive it away.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that, you know. You want to shoot if you're shooting to stop a suspect from doing any more evading or whatever, or harm toward your other officers. I could see if he was running, shoot him in the leg or something to kind of immobilize him. But since he was still in the car, immobilize the car instead of shooting through the window at him.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see the shooting, period. but not to the point where the man lost his life.
Okay. Duchess, what's your perspective? Was this justified shooting?
I wasn't there. I cannot determine. And I will say on the record, I'm not a particular fan of this district attorney.
Reason being?
I have my reasons. I will not divulge them. I just am not a fan.
Okay. Uh, G, what's your perspective? Was this a justifiable shooting?
Um, I would say you're innocent until proven guilty, but from the way that they're putting this whole case out to be, I don't think he's being justified for anything. He should have tried to pursue the point with the person in a different way. You get what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Can I?
Robert?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, asking me.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I look at it this way, I don't know too much really about this case right here, but as this show goes on, I put on my spidey and investigating skills, and I'll probably be able to deliver on it a little bit better. But right now, I'm trying to learn a little bit more because when you say justify, I go back to when ICE had, I think, shot someone through the windshield, something, and we was turned off against that. So
completely
anytime a
different.
cop really shoots someone through their windshield, you gotta really tell me how you think that's justification of your behavior.
Hmm.
It wasn't through the windshield, it was through the driver's window, but
Okay, the driver's window. My whole thing is, did he have a gun? Did he show any signs of any weapons or anything for the police
No,
officer?
No, he was unarmed.
See,
exactly.
there's no justification.
Okay. Sean, what's your perspective?
According to what I read and the different individuals who happen to be cops, their take on the matter, they're gonna stand by their brother, but they do not feel like the actions that were taken were necessary.
Okay. All right. I don't know if this is gonna be
Just I just wanted to add to my answer about it not being justified because they already had the make and model of the car. So even if he did try to get away, they still could have found him.
mhm. So let me say this before
Well, can I add to what Sean was saying? Doesn't that sound like a gang a little bit when you say that? We're gonna stand by. Oh, bro, this is crazy. He broke the law.
Hey, I mean that's that wall of blue.
anybody else?
Well, that's why I said what I said about instead of shooting through the window, you shoot at the car itself to immobilize it.
Okay, so this is my take on this. I think he's gonna have a hard time proving that it was a justifiable shooting, because the Massachusetts law is clear and it says in Massachusetts police officers are not allowed to discharge their weapon into a moving vehicle. So I think in that situation it's clear, and plus the testimony
you're
that
leaving off something
uh,
unless
the person has what, a weapon, or is using, or it what?
it's only justifiable if you are. I don't know the exact thing, but there is a caveat to that.
If their life is in danger.
Okay, and that being said, um, if he felt, and see, here we go again, it's at his discretion of what he perceives the line of danger is or the imminent threat is. So he can easily say, as he did say, he felt like that he was reacting to what's the name? The threat, a direct threat, which was the individual in the car was the weapon. That's what they're trying to convince you was his mindset. Also, I'm a little bit concerned because as I was telling Duchess, I feel like based upon some of the things that are said by our beloved president regarding immunity, impunity for police officers, that this is why people are unclear about what they can and what they cannot do, and if they're going to be protected under the law. But again, and just so y'all know, give y'all a
They
little,
need to go back and be evaluated if that's the case, because if you don't understand what you're doing, you shouldn't even be working a job.
and just to give y'all a fun fact, both those officers that murdered uh those individuals in Minnesota have yet to be charged. And don't take my word for it, look it
That
up.
was justified.
You think so, huh? Okay. Does anybody have anything else to add?
Impeding an investigation. Yes, I do think so. And then you try to run over the officer with your car. Assault with a deadly weapon.
So let me just hold you to this, and everybody else feel free. So you're saying that it was okay for them to do what they did because you feel like that she was using the car
Clearly
as a
trying to
weapon,
run
right?
the officer over.
That's what you said, right?
Clearly was impeding on a goddamn federal case.
So do you feel like that that's the same thing in this situation that that person was
Not
using?
at all. This is totally different.
How so?
Because this man was unarmed and he wasn't impeding a federal investigation. When they pulled up on him, he complied.
Did he?
Yeah,
No,
he did.
Did he
Didn't they say
really?
they said he put his hands up and he didn't pull off until he heard the officer say, I'm gonna shoot you or something like that. So yeah,
Okay.
he did comply until he got scared.
Does anybody
What
agree or disagree with him?
what has to happen is, and this is like, again talking to fellow officers, um, they said that his partner is going to have to back up his statement of him feeling like his partner's life was in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does not back that up, because according to, again, what they say, yes, he was moving, but his vehicle was not heading in the direction that would have caused harm to his partner. He went in the vicinity of it, and and however they play on those words, that's how it can that's how it's gonna end up playing out.
Mm-hmm.
But they got the body cam as evidence, his body cam and the car
Right,
body cam,
right.
to show which direction the car was going in. And the DA
Mm-hmm.
said that and I don't know why they won't release the body cam, but he said that it wasn't going anywhere near either of them.
That's what
Mm-hmm.
I've heard, according to these individuals. But again, until it's all in what his partner's going to back him up with.
All right. So I'm gonna ask this question anyways, and I think Sean and Tanya, you already started answering, so I'm gonna go to you guys first. Sean, so question number two, according to Officer O'Malley, his actions was warranted because the assailant presented a direct threat to both him and the well-being of his fellow officers. So again, go ahead and elaborate what you were saying. Do you agree or disagree with him? So he's basically saying that he shot and killed him because he perceived him as a direct threat to his well-being and his colleagues. Do you
I'm
agree
gonna
with
go.
this?
I'm gonna go with what Kiana said because I was not there. I can only go by what he said, And according to what he said, if that was the case, then I would feel that he was justified in doing so.
Okay. And Tanya?
I wasn't there. I'm going off of what the reporting is, and the reporting is that his body cam and his partner body cam differed completely from what he's saying happened. And so with that being said, I'm gonna have to say that it was unjustified, because even if that was the case, you still could, like Patsy say, shoot out the tires
Mm-hmm.
to
Can I tell y'all, this is not the movies. That stuff does not work in reality.
Could they have tried though?
it doesn't work. Do we know for sure that doesn't work?
A
Yeah.
person who is trying to get away can ride away on a rim.
This is true.
Man,
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
So, Patsy, you want to elaborate? You got more?
Um, I'm just thinking you can at least try every way possible to, if not stop the person, but slow them down from getting away. At least you could check the car even better besides the license. If you know they're running on rims.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
They already had to make a model of the car.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what's concerning.
They
Um,
had the make and model of the car, but they didn't. I don't think know if they knew the individual inside the car. What's the make and model of the car if it's abandoned on the side of
um,
the road?
yeah, so that's the thing. When they put out the was it All Point Bulletin, they knew that he was unarmed. So when they approached him, they already knew who they was looking for. They got the information before approaching him. That's how they knew it was him when they rolled up on him. Um, all right, Kiana, you want to elaborate as to if you feel like again if do you agree or disagree with Officer O'Malley? He said that his actions were warranted.
Again, I wasn't there. I haven't seen a body cam. I don't know what proximity he and his partner were from the car. And if this dude was trying to, he slammed into their cruiser because they backed up behind him so he couldn't move. And he went to go pull forward, but then he had to do, I don't know, try to do a 3-point turn. So again, it seems like a very kind of chaotic situation. I cannot speak for the officer.
Robert,
I'm just gonna go ahead and try to agree with Sean and Kiana.
all right, anybody else got anything to add?
I didn't answer. I think ask the question again so I can answer it the right way.
According to Officer O'Malley, his actions was warranted because he felt as if he his both him and his fellow officers were in danger.
I think this is where that training needs to come back into play. And even if this type of thing happens, the whole goddamn police department should be under investigation. And everybody got to take some type of military test, bringing some type of special officers to police the police now, because now we need to see what is y'all training? Are they training you guys to kill these people? Or are they training you to stop a situation? Because
Hmm.
if they didn't get the call that this dude was armed and dangerous, there shouldn't be no reason why he's going up to this man's car to kill him. You get what I'm saying? So they should have some type of stress evaluations every day. Walking, are you good today, bro? Look, your stress levels on a 10. You shouldn't go out there and try to pursue people today. We don't need you to go out there and do something that you're not supposed to do.
All right, let me hit y'all with this. So if you didn't know, the DA is alluding that the person that presented the danger that was a threat in this situation. He's alluding that it was Officer O'Malley because he's saying that according to what they saw, that it doesn't indicate that the victim that we know as a victim because he lost his life, Mr. King was not steering the car towards the officer that was beside him because he was far removed from the area, the vicinity in which he was fleeing. And Officer Malley wasn't in danger either because he was to the opposite side. So he said Officer O'Malley presented more of a threat when he opened fire into the driver's side window because the bullets could have hit the officers which were on the other side of the car. So that is what the Suffolk District Attorney is stating. So I don't know. Does that give you guys more perspective or more information?
What was shooting the first option? Was he not in a position or in a way to tase him first, or outright telling him, "I'm gonna shoot you"?
I guess he tried. He pulled out, according to what David had sent out from some of the clippings.
Mm-hmm.
His window was only open so much, so a taser
Okay.
wouldn't have worked.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So here's another factor to take into account. Question number 3. Hold on, let me get y'all with this. Maybe this would see how this moves you. Okay. Question number 3. This is what people presenting, and this is what they're suggesting online. So question number 3, did the act of racial profiling lead to this tragedy? Kiana?
Possibly. I mean, it was a violent altercation of how he got the car in the first place. Mm-hmm. So that means the perpetrator has a violent tendency. So you're not gonna go in there with I don't know, balloon animals and string puppets. So I'm not sure exactly what people expect. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that narrative coming from the DA. So again, I will refrain from talking about that person, but I don't like the narrative that he says that the person basically was shooting nilly-willy, that he was going to shoot his partner, shoot the dog, shoot everybody. So I take that with a grain of salt.
Patsy has joined the meeting.
Okay. Robbie, what do you say? Did racial profiling lead to this tragedy?
I can't say that for sure because, like I said, once again, I'm not familiar with this case and really what motivated them people. I'm just actually listening to you guys trying to put some stuff together.
Gregory, what about you? Did the act of racial profiling lead to this tragedy?
Yeah, and it's a little bit deeper than that. I think it's the superiority complex that's and you start to see more and more of it, where these people feel like I'm not just gonna do my job today. I'm gonna go out there and do more than that.
Okay. Patsy, did the act of racial profiling lead to this tragedy?
I'm not sure what was the mindset of this officer. It could have played a part to it, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay. What you say, Tanya?
I'm gonna say that it could have played a part. I mean, Given the climate of where we at today, and it being the elderly white woman that he hit and stole the car, it could have been. It could have been. I'm not for sure. But when we thinking about people emotions and how they view things, he could have saw this as being like his grandmother or his aunt or something, you know.
Oh, good, good. You
So
got more?
no, I'm just saying it could have played a part. We don't know. I think it's a lot of like I said, the climate of today, with the president putting out there that these officers have absolute immunity. So it could be a little bit of everything.
Okay. Sean, what's your perspective?
Excuse me. I like what Tanya said, but my part would be I wouldn't call it racial racial profiling only because the description was accurate. He was the actual suspect. He was the individual who committed the crime of which they were going after. Um, so, um, I mean, if we're looking at it, the question, if I understand it, is was it racially profiling that he decided to shoot as opposed to not try another way of apprehending him? Um, I wouldn't call it that. He just might have been on 10 based off of what how my opinion is what Tanya said. The guy could have looked at it as you assaulted an elderly woman and stole her vehicle. It probably wouldn't have mattered what color he was.
Mm-hmm. Um, I think I can agree with y'all whereas that's concerned. I mean, I think that I don't think that that was the ruling factor, but I think that it could have contribute to the tragedy because a lot of times, uh, again, racial profiling with some people that are on the job, they're preconditioned to behave that way before taking up these positions and policing these communities. So I say that it could have been a contributing factor, but I don't know if that is the leading factor. But I think it did contribute to the outcome. I dare say that had this been a white man, it probably would have been a different outcome. And I don't know that to be certain. I'm just saying based upon other situations that occurred similar to this. Oh, does anybody else have anything else to add before I give you another little fun fact? So
Nope,
all right. Did you guys hear anything about this person may have had mental illness,
Not
meaning
obvious.
meaning the victim?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so was this, and we don't know this to be true, but I don't know if anybody saw this in their research, but did they mention that the cops were or the officers were aware of this person's mental illness before approaching him?
I didn't
I
hear
didn't hear
that.
that.
Because that would be a good thing to know because again yeah, that
Timmy has
I
joined the
would like to
meeting.
know that if they were aware of his mental status, his mental health issues before trying to apprehend him. Welcome, Timmy. We're talking about Officer O'Malley, and
Robert Brewington has left the meeting.
we are on the third question, I believe. Hold on, let me see. Yes. We are on the third question. Hold on, Timmy, let me get it for you. Did the act of racial profiling lead to this tragedy? And I'm referring to Officer O'Malley shooting the victim, Mr. King.
I think he left. Oh.
You talk to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think anytime you have a situation like that, 9 times out of 10, there's been multiple complaints against the majority of the officers who end up killing somebody. There be multiple complaints, but because of the the uh the uh the company, the insurance policy for them is their internal affairs, and the internal affairs always they're supposed to be neutral, but a lot of the internal affairs be for the goddamn police officer. So that's why a lot of them get away with a lot of murders and unnecessary police harassment and things of that nature because the internal affairs are the ones who be backing them. It's like
Nancy has left the meeting.
it's like a damn no, it's like the damn the whatchamacallit, damn. It's like a
Robert
damn
Newington
with
has
a
joined the meeting.
union. It's like a union. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a union. So that Eternal's Affairs supposed to look at every damn thing that goes a cop does and determine whether they should be brought up on charges or not. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna go against what the public is
Nancy has
seeing.
joined the meeting.
And so that's why a lot of them get away. And then a lot of it comes from them not doing background checks. Now they want to do background checks on simple uh cars, not car, but domestic violence and all that, and hold you accountable with you are limited to what you can do because of the stigma that they put on you. And I think it should be the same thing for these cops that's doing wrong. That's what their internal affairs is for. But they don't do their job.
Okay. Hold on, hold tight. Let me go to the next question. Question number 4. Do you agree with the Suffolk District Attorney's decision to charge Officer O Malley with manslaughter and have him arrested as opposed to granting him the courtesy of turning himself in to the proper authorities? Kiana, I'm going to come to you first on this. What do you say?
I heard most of the question, but do you mind repeating it?
Do you agree with the Suffolk Attorney's, basic district attorney's decision to charge the officer with manslaughter, have him arrested, as opposed to granting him the courtesy of turning himself in?
No, I don't agree with the way he handled it.
Okay, reason being?
Because I feel like it's a perp walk. It was so I gotta stop talking like my husband. I gotta it was if you have this relationship with the police or whatever, there's I don't want to say it's a song and dance. It's a proper way to do it without doing it. I feel like I will not shut my mouth and say I don't think it's not being done politically because people want to be back in office. I think it's all a song and dance so somebody looks good. And that's why I don't think it was right.
Okay, and that's what I wanted you to say. take a stance. T, what you say, Tanya? Turn your mic on, Tanya.
If he's running for office again, then it very well could have been a perp walk. But like I said, they need to release the body cam so that we can know what really happened, to know if how he did it, if it was justified or not.
Okay.
I'm not the shooting being justified, but the charges.
Okay.
And can I add on to that? I just really feel like this is a quick turnaround. So there couldn't have been a complete investigation. So I feel like again, it was done for show.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I can see that. I can see.
Patsy,
I'm
you got more,
my
Tanya?
yeah. My only thing is that if it was the other way around, like, you know what I'm saying, if it was a black cop shooting a white person, would it be the same thing, or would they be trying to throw him under the jam? Would he be charged with murder instead of manslaughter?
It's a good question. Patsy?
Possibly.
I think it might have been a perp walk because he's running for re-election and everything. And the other part of it, like with the body cam, I think they were holding and they just seeing it internally, like just within his lawyer, the DA and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Only for the fact that if they go to a jury trial, they don't want any of the jurors to have a bias opinion. They want to go, if they had the jury, they want to make sure like they're very limited on what that we know.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I think that's part of the reason why the body cam's not there, put out publicly.
Okay.
Let's be clear, they're not above the law. So if you do something wrong and you know you did something wrong, why are you trying to accept your penalty that comes, your punishment, which you would say to any criminal that you was locking up, you'd be saying, accept your punishment for your crime. You committed a crime. And just because you work for the government and y'all got team of lawyers to, back you up and fight for you, doesn't mean that you are above the law, and that's what a lot of them that do this stuff thinking that they
Yeah.
are above the law.
Okay.
And in my opinion, I don't think I was saying that he was above the law. I was just saying they're probably withholding the videos, the body cam, to save it for the jury, so that way the jury, like, any one of us could be picked for the jury, and if we already seen the footage of that, then we could have a biased opinion, be like, oh yeah, the officer was guilty for shooting him like he did, although he might have had some justified in his head why he did it, but he still could have did something a little different.
Okay. Sean? Excuse me, Gregory. You gotta turn your mic on, Gregory.
Sorry, can I get the question again?
Do you agree with the Suffolk District Attorney's decision to charge Officer O'Malley with manslaughter and have him arrested, as opposed to granting him the courtesy of turning himself in.
I agree with that, but like they were saying, it's the perfect political front. It causes division between the black and the white community, and then it creates this narrative again for the black community, like Floyd. What's the name? The
George
Floyd guy,
Floyd.
George Floyd, where we're praising a person that just did something, but we're not realizing that we're praising this person and trying to justify whatever happened to this person, knowing that this person committed a crime. You get what I'm saying? So it makes us look like we glorify stuff like that, and we try to protect people that do this type of stuff. So even more to the narrative when they bring these foreigners over here and tell them, "Oh, stay out of that community because these people are like that," and then you see this stuff nationally, and you have our people actually backing stuff like this. It makes our community look bad, even though this officer is completely wrong. He's completely wrong, and so is the guy that punched the old lady in the face.
Sean?
Question, please. No,
Yeah.
I'm here.
All right. Question number 4. Do you agree with the Suffolk District Attorney's decision to have to charge Officer O'Malley with manslaughter and have him arrested, as opposed to granting him the courtesy of turning himself in? Do you agree or disagree?
I agree based on what he has stated, meaning the district attorney, what his reasoning for charging O'Malley with manslaughter was. And so, according to the law here in Massachusetts, when you're charged with a crime, you are now considered a criminal, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And so, being if you're a criminal, then you're subject to be arrested.
Mm.
Now, I've heard people say that, preferential treatment, this, that, and the third. Um, he's a criminal. What other criminals get preferential treatment? Well, he's being charged as a criminal, is what I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
what other criminals get preferential treatments like that? I think where he um, maybe getting a good deal for himself is that although he's charged with that, he was allowed to didn't even have bail. He was released on his own recognizance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and thank you for
So,
saying that, Sean, because I neglected to say that in my opening.
Right.
so,
OJ
so,
wasn't even proven guilty,
Hold
and
on.
it was after that man. No bail.
Go ahead, Sean.
and so, yeah, based on what the DA has presented and put out there, I can agree with his ruling and his actions.
Mm-hmm. Robert?
I mean, after listening to the panel, I'm gonna come to. I need to believe that what Sean is saying, I can agree with most of that, and what Kiana has stated, I think, and Tanya was saying something um, similar to what Kiana was saying. But where I'm going with this is, if the DA was up for re-election, you guys are saying,
Yeah.
then it would be a strategic power move on his end, regardless if he was looking for a notice me moment or not. Hey, it just happened to fall in his lap, and this is where he's fortunate to have this type of case right now. Because as I keep listening to the story, the dude was a criminal. The cop might have overreacted, but both sides was, at fault for something.
Yeah. As Sean stated, the DA did ask for a $25,000 bail, and the judge let him go without having to pay any type of bill. And again, the DA saw it one way. Officer O Malley saw it one way. His colleague, we're not very clear about what's his account as of yet. And the the defense saw it another way as well. So the judge thought enough of the situation and the officer to give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's not in jail, and he didn't have to pay for any type of bail. But I think if there was any preferential treatment, it was that, and allowing him to do that. So
on his own.
yes,
Because they basically pitted them against one another. With Mr. King's priors.
Yes, and that's what. Go ahead.
The fact that he did some of the crimes that he committed, they let him out with no bail on his own reconnaissance, and the cop O Malley, being because he lived in his community all his life and he doesn't have any prior
offenses
on his record, discipline things or anything like that. That's why the judge let him go on his own reconnaissance, because he was telling both sides to stop what they was doing, because they was there for O Malley. They wasn't there to argue about Mr. King, who is now gone.
He definitely did say that. So what I was alluding to was the fact that so I agree with the DA simply because you don't want to send the wrong message. All right. Because again, the alleged offense, if he's guilty of this, then yes, he's going to get his day in court, and they're gonna get a chance to prove otherwise. If he's not guilty, but right now, just like everybody else, you get a charge, so you are innocent until proven guilty in this situation. And again, based upon all this nonsense to be happening with police and people of color and stuff, you don't want to send the wrong message, because that can like set off a whole bunch of fireworks if it seems like, okay, you guys are shielding and protecting this person knowingly that this person has allegedly committed a crime, and that you guys are covering up. So I think that he did the right thing in that situation. Again, I am not a police officer. God bless them, they put their lives on the line every single day. But that is not to say that every single one of them are upstanding members of the community. So we don't know who those individuals are until you come across the upstanding individuals. A lot of times the narrative is different. The depiction of them is different when navigating, or should I say policing, in the Black communities. So, I'm not so quick to believe that there wasn't a bit of malice at hand, whereas this individual is concerned. I think more will come out. And again, I think that my reason for saying that too is I think this person may have made it personal based upon what Mr. King did beforehand, but there is a real issue with the approach to policing people that have mental illness. And I will be so glad when they finally decide to I'm gonna say develop a department within the police department that handles these mental health calls and stuff like that. If you know that this person has a mental health issue, then I think that it should be a different type of call that is dispatched to deal with those situations, because I think you need a different approach than what we currently seeing. It's not working because everybody doesn't have empathy. So I think you need people that are trained and have the skills that are geared towards handling those issues. Does anybody else got anything to add before we go to the next one?
I just wanted to add that I just seen a video with this mentally ill person. He was trying to be he was being apprehended by like one officer at first, and then two officers came, and three officers came, and then it was like a whole squad on this one guy that they couldn't really apprehend. They're tasing him in the ass, all types of craziness, and he's still pulling his way out of these police. So when you're saying you need a special, you might need some type of special facility. This is a superhero at this point.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and pay these bills. This episode of the Still a Man podcast is sponsored by EmporiumPlus.org. Remember, people, EmporiumPlus.org is an online store. If you can't find what you're looking for in this store, then you are not shopping in the right store. Robert, tell all the viewers what type of
Well,
brands and what they can find in EmporiumPlus.org.
I will say this at emporiumplex.org, you will not see no blue and white lights, red and white lights, green and white lights, black and white lights, whatever lights they have on top of their car in your community. But you could find you a navy blue shirt or sweatshirt in our store. You guys are familiar with that color. At emporiumplex.org, you will find fashions in all brands. And we forever, U-Serm, Still a Man, Adopt a Paris, SOS Support Our Sisters, Adopt a Paris, Ladies First, some merch in emporiumplex.org. For our viewers that are already subscribed, we appreciate you guys. Keep hanging in there with us. Smash a like, spam a comment, drop an emoji in our boxes, smash it, drop it, whatever you do. For the ones that haven't yet subscribed, subscribe and do the following. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and I got one
Look
thing
out
to
for
add
our
too.
special 420 shirt.
Can you guys make sure, all you viewers, you people that view this recording at a later date, that you submit a comment. If you like the content, if you like the topics, things that we're talking about, go ahead and drop a comment, and we're sure to answer them. All right. That being said, does anybody else have anything to offer before we go to question number 5? All right. Let's go to the next question. Oh, hold on one second, guys. Open notes. All right. Choo, choo, choo. Question number 5. This is a good one. Should Officer O'Malley's fatal shooting of Mr. King overshadow the victim's involvement in a violent carjacking that occurred beforehand? So simply put, should Officer O'Malley's actions overshadow the actions of Mr. King? So the should the fatal shooting outweigh the carjacking? That's it in layman's terms. Tanya, what do you say?
If the carjacking wouldn't have never happened, then the fatal shooting wouldn't have happened.
Okay. Right to the point. Timmy, what do you say? Gotta turn your mic on, Tim.
I agree with Tanya.
Okay. Patsy, what do you say?
I agree with Tanya. If the guy didn't contact the woman, and drove somewhere and fell asleep in the car, he wouldn't have got shot. So now I agree that it would never have happened.
Okay. Duchess, what's your view?
Do you mind repeating the question?
Yes, yes. Okay. Question number 5. Should Officer O'Malley's fatal shooting of Mr. King overshadow the victim's involvement in a violent carjacking that occurred prior to said tragedy?
I have to agree with Tanya. I mean, had that incident not happened, the following occurrences after that, they wouldn't have occurred.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Robert, what's your views?
I'm gonna go. Sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Tanya.
Gregory?
Yup, I agree with the panel. They don't overshadow each other. They stand next to each other. That's somebody's grandma, and you can imagine how the dude probably felt. Maybe somebody punched his grandmother in life, and he felt like if somebody ever punched somebody's I'm gonna kill that mother.
Sean, what's your perspective?
Give me the question again, because I'm listening to everybody's answer. I want to hear the
All
question
right.
again, please.
Question number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Should Officer O'Malley's fatal shooting of Mr. King overshadow the victim's involvement in a violent carjacking that occurred prior to said tragedy?
Um, although I see where everyone is coming from with it, um, and for my personal opinion, will it overshadow? I think because was it necessary
Hmm.
to kill him for carjacking?
Hmm.
What about punching a granny?
You kill somebody for punching the grandmother?
Oh, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Okay, but my question was, are you going to kill him?
I don't know. It depends on the day. You
So
don't know how that officer woke up
Okay.
feeling that day. He didn't mean to kill him, but he did.
I'm a, can I answer this? So I think that is going to be the defense of O'Malley's legal team, that this man's priors led to this tragedy on this night. The not only is the officer's level of professionalism, his decision making going to be in question, but I think they're also going to use this person's priors to basically deflect what the officer did on this night in question. But I think it's important
Patsy has left the meeting.
To know this and take this into consideration too. You have these again, these hate mongers. A lot of times these cases and stuff, if you guys are paying attention right now, a lot of these cases are getting trialed on the internet, public opinion, public influence and stuff. It's swaying the outcome to a certain extent because a lot of times that the people on the street are doing more investigation and delivering more information beforehand. So when Patsy said earlier about them not showing the body cam footage because they don't want
Patsy has joined the meeting.
taint the opinions or the views of the grand jury participants, I think it's going to already taint their opinions because it's everything that's being said on TV, on the internet. So people are already going to have a formed opinion going in, no matter who they pick. But I digress. and I'll come back to this because there are some individuals on the internet that are saying this. And I know these are racial hate mongers because I could tell by the narrative when they say, if you people learn to comply, then you will not die. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, how do you feel about that, Kiana?
I don't like that statement. I mean, we're not in the army, so I mean, but again, I mean there's a line that separates law-abiding citizens and criminals. So
Do you agree with them to a certain extent? That comment?
I just told you I didn't.
Okay. Hey, put them claws away. I'm only asking the question. All right, same thing. Sean, do you agree with that statement? If you
Um,
people only learn to comply, then you would not die.
I gotta step away. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Sean.
um, do I agree with it? I mean, I understand it. I mean, we've been living in a world to where that has been the MO. And why would we buck up against the system? Not unless we're in a mindset, this is just me, in a mindset to be, I'm damned if I do or damned if I don't. So you just got to pick your poison.
Mm. G, what you say?
I think that statement would be more powerful if you took the you people part out, because who the hell is you people? Now, if you were saying if everybody complies, then you will not die, then I would understand it, because once again, if you're not doing nothing, what is the point of not complying? You get what I'm saying? Most of the people that I know, when they're not doing nothing, they have confidence when the police pull up because they know they're not doing nothing. I'm about to hand him my ID and we're gonna get out of here. You get what I'm saying? Or if you know you're doing something, then you damn well better be compliant. Motherfucker, if you get pulled out this car right now, we all go down. You're bugging. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm.
if you do comply, things might go better for you. You get what I'm saying?
I
Okay.
don't know.
That shit, I mean, Robert, what you say?
That's a hard pill to swallow because, wow, you mean tell me you set the rules and you dictate my breath? No. So if that was the case, we all should have been living by that same model because we was raised in the same world, and your mother and your father has wishes and rules set in place for you, or what they would like you to be like or do. So
He has
they
joined the
didn't take
meeting.
the approach, you must comply or die, as they should have, if that would have been the only people should have been making statements like that.
Mm. Patsy?
Comply or I'm gonna whip that little ass. What they
Patsy? How do you feel
Um,
about that?
I don't agree with the statement. Um, and I'll go with Gregory on this one. It's like if they say if everybody complies, then you will not die. Um, but it's like why you not gonna comply if you didn't do anything? But if you did do something, let's just make this shit a little easier on myself. Basically.
Huh? Timmy?
That person that said that was a black person. And the reason why I know it's a black person, because that's how black talk about other blacks. They say you people. If you watch the episode when Pitney got sick on Good Time, and when the mom was confronting the doctor who's working her damn clinic got broken into, and she kept on saying, use people, use people. That's how I know that's a black person. And just like that doctor was living working in the community that people were just taking and just doing damage and the police not doing nothing, they get tired and they say things like that.
Okay. T, what you say, Tanya?
Because we the people.
Oh, Tanya stepped away. Okay, I'm gonna answer this. Yeah, that I disagree with you, Timmy. I don't think that was a person of color. I think that
Yes,
was
it was. It
no.
was
I'm saying
oh
based upon this post.
yeah, they only blacks use that damn
All right, so
terminology, be
so
talking that nonsense, you people.
I
Like
don't
they ain't part of the black community, they you people. That's what people thinking that they are above their community, but they're still in the damn community. So you people, like that, you people make me sick.
I think that came from a hate monger period. So I think that was a racial hate monger, and I think the it was a discriminatory comment, and it was made and it was pertaining to black people when it was made. And I don't think it was a black person that made that post. I think it was a white person, because a lot of times I hear white people that are not fond of black people say you people and stuff like that. So again, I agree with Gregory if he's the one that stated this. If that was uniform across the board, if everyone would comply, then perhaps no one would die. I mean, I can get behind that, but we do know that there are people that were complying. There was a hearing to what was the directive, and they still died. So
Yes, sir.
This guy did, according
Yes,
to the
sir.
so how do you explain that? And see, and that is the reason why I said that was not a person of color that made that statement. That is a person that is privileged in a position where they feel like it only happens to people of color and not to them, because they are always in full compliance. And I don't believe that so, because I've seen several videos and I've witnessed some things firsthand where it was not such, where they were totally aggressive and combative, and they walked away with their life without a ticket, without no problems.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's why I said that was a hate monger, somebody that has an issue with people of color.
Kate has left the meeting.
All right, let's go to question number 7. Sean, question number 7.
I'm back.
All right, Tanya, beforehand, I'm gonna give you a chance to answer this, and I'm gonna go to Sean. So, Tanya, uh, a hate monger had posted this. If you people would only learn to comply, then you would not die. Do you agree with that statement?
No, I don't agree with that statement. That's a slave statement.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that that's what they was telling them slaves back in the day? Comply or die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
your name is Toby.
Okay, Sean, go to question number 7. Oh no, excuse me. Question number 6, this is: if a police officer threatens to shoot an unarmed suspect and the encounter turns fatal, should this be considered premeditated murder? Ooh, that's a good one. Sean?
I think so, because you told them what you was planning to do.
Gregory?
Yes, sir. I agree with Sean because that's exactly why the guy pulled off in the first place. If you're trying to say he almost hit you with the car, he wasn't fleeing the scene until you told him you was gonna shoot him, which put him in a fight or flight situation.
Robert?
I'm agree with the team, agreeing with Sean.
Okay. Patsy?
Yep, it sure was premeditated.
Timmy?
I agree with Sean.
What'd you say, Tanya?
I agree with the panel.
And I think that Duchess stepped away.
No, I'm here. I went.
Oh.
I went outside. I tried to go outside before the rain started, but we barely made it. But
Yep, it already started.
I thought you was gonna say you went
Yeah,
to.
So, Duchess, if a police officer threatens to shoot an unarmed victim and the outcome is turns fatal, is that premeditated murder?
I mean, it could be because if they're unarmed and they say they're gonna shoot you, I mean, what is the reason? I mean, they don't really need a reason, do they?
Tanya, you answered?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody answered. Okay, I'm gonna answer this too. So if history's showing us anything, we go back to the situations where these police officers are in a position where they're the only ones that have guns. And they have stated, such as when the lady, God bless her, said, I rebuke, devil, I rebuke you. He said, you better not. I'll shoot you in the face. Bow. He did just that. The ICE agent officer told what's her name, Miss Good, Renee Good, that he was going to shoot her, shot her 3 times, called her a bitch, and walked away. And now here we go again. This individual said, I'll shoot you. And he did so. And again, the end result is another person is dead after this person verbally, publicly stated that I'll shoot you. Again, it's almost as if they don't fear any consequences. Because you're telling people you're going to do this in Publix. And might I add, what the hell are they wearing body cams for if they're only going to dispute what's on the body cam? I mean, there is the body cam should be a deterrent. It should make them want to do their job without prejudice because they know that they're being monitored. But it doesn't seem that it's deterring this bad behavior, resulting in these fatal outcomes. Does anybody have an opinion on that?
Bad
Can you
behavior
add to
gets
the body cam?
rewarded.
I was gonna say the body cam should be public, is what it should be. Because what are you? Who are you wearing a body cam for? If we're not gonna be able to see the footage as the public who want you to wear the body cam, you get what I'm saying? We gotta wait until the case is saying that it's okay for the public to see this footage. That doesn't make any type of sense. Who are you protecting?
Anybody else?
My thought process is what's the use of the body cam? If we're looking at things on video and being recorded in plain sight, but then we're being told to not to believe our lying eyes, that all of that is fake, it's a hoax, it ain't real, it's AI. What's the deal?
Does anybody
Yes, the,
else?
the public definitely demanded for body cam to try to curb the police brutality that was going on, right? But then, as always, there's loopholes to drop down into to get out of things. There's always an escape hatchery where they can jump in a hole and somehow is gonna relieve them of everything, the bad things that they done. That's how the union is set up.
They should have a national or local channel where you can go and watch whatever the officers in your community is doing on their body cam footage. It should be up like they put up them NASA videos all the time. Their camera should always be online.
Um, anybody else before I go ahead? I'll say this too. I don't know if I totally agree with y'all about the body cam. I'm not changing my stance on the body cams. I like I said, I think that they're needed, but it does not deter the bad behavior. But I also feel like that we live in a time where public opinion has too much influence. Um, and I feel like back in the days, before all this internet access and stuff like this, the public did not have access to things like this. You didn't get to weigh in on the case. You didn't get to see footage and stuff like that. There was you didn't have access to that. So now I think that in a sense, I think it does impede the officers how they perform their job in a sense because again
Well, why? You're the good guys.
but that's the thing. Everybody that wears white ain't right. Everybody that got a badge shouldn't have.
Oh, then let's get to the bottom of this.
But
Put
but
them
my
cameras
but my
online.
but my point is we got to be careful because I feel like that public opinion is starting to infringe upon uh judicial
Well, Dave, if the public don't voice their opinion, then a lot of stuff will keep going.
that's
Now,
my point. They're picking and choosing when they allow it to have any like
Well,
like
can
influence.
I say this? Like, I agree with some of what you're saying, but when you have an administration and place that
yes.
we see stuff
Robert
plain as
Killington has
day
left the meeting.
that
Yeah.
show what really happened, and then they get up there and say, "No, that really didn't happen." They're not telling you all the truth. They putting spin after spin after spin on it, basically telling us that what we're seeing that truly happened didn't happen.
And I
And
Because
they've been doing
our
that before this
president's trying to
administration.
portray an
Look at the
image.
OJ case, y'all. Look at the
He's
again,
OJ
trying to
case. The
portray
cop
an image,
was framing
Tanya. That's
OJ
why.
and putting it in the public to make it seem like it was something else.
so
He
again,
done put blood on the scene, and then he ends up getting caught.
now
Once
that,
again,
that
even more of a reason why I think they should be online at all times. When you're working on the job, your camera should be online for people to see it. It doesn't matter if it's a case going on; the whole public needs to see it. It needs to be put on display.
Right. I think that would be a great idea too. And being that you got private sectors that would be viewing the work of the officers who got the body cam, because you can't trust the police department having somebody there and watching, because they would, chop up and try to. But then it's always about putting the right people in there to do the right thing, because you can put somebody in there thinking that they're going to do the right thing, and then that person that's trying to get away with things make them an offer
Mhm.
that they can't confuse, and they can pull strings and whatnot and not get caught. That's what they put those type of people in line for, so they can keep doing the dirty work. I mean, the stealing and dirty shit without being seen until somebody blow the damn whistle.
Let me bring Patsy back into this. Patsy, you still with us?
Yep.
All right, Patsy, question number 7. Is this fatal shooting a precautionary tale for Black men everywhere as it pertains to dealing with police officers?
Um, I'm not sure exactly. That sounds a confusing question.
So should Black people, black men, proceed with caution? Use this as an example of what not to do or what to do when dealing with police officers, when being approached by police officers.
Um, I think in cases like this, if you're not committing the crime that's been proposed and they happened, like I said earlier, it's like if you're not doing anything, you comply with what's being said and kind of like prove your case or whatever. It's um yeah. I think it's just depends on what you do, because even white people can get the same treatment, depending on what you know. Yeah, but it's just discrimination, basically, what some of these officers do.
Okay.
So it's like you always, I guess what I'm saying, you always have to be cautious, anyways,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what your color when you're getting pulled over. But I think it's more so in the Black community. That's because it's like they've always been um like outed by the police
Well said.
and got a lot of racial controversy in a white police officer's eyes. So even if you're not a police officer, you still got discrimination coming everywhere.
Well said. Well said. Tanya, what do you say? Is this fatal shooting a precautionary tale for Black men everywhere as it pertains to dealing with police officers?
I don't even think it's the fatal shooting. Black men got to be cautious regardless of how they perceive the preconceived notion of who they are.
Mm,
And it's not just from the white cops, it's the black cops too.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they gotta be cautious regardless.
Gregory?
I don't
Robert
think this
Farmington
has
has joined the
anything
meeting.
to do with the black man being precautious about the police. This has all to do with the idle mind being the devil's playground. This man done let the devil tempt him to go out and punch a lady, and then God gave him the consequences that he gave him. Even though they're being so severe, you should have never went out and did what you did. Get God in your life, fuck nigga.
Okay. Robert, is this fatal shooting a precautionary tale for Black men everywhere as it pertains to dealing with police?
I wouldn't go as far as saying that. I will say this. You know the consequences for your actions. Don't go outside making an ass out to yourself and expecting to be rewarded.
Okay. Timmy, what do you say?
I say if you know you ain't doing nothing, you don't need to run. Just
Well, he did it.
know what you talking about and know that if you ain't doing that, they ain't supposed to be harassing you.
Okay.
You apply comply to what they asking you for. But if they don't have no probable cause, that's what a lot of people that don't know. They ain't got probable cause to pull you over. You don't have to give them. Yeah, but see, a lot of people, young folks don't really know the whole amendment. They just going, you can't, I know my right. Uh they said we don't have to give you our ID. We ain't doing nothing. The same person that's doing all that damn yapping is the dirty one. He got stuff on him. That's why he's trying to be so hard and draw attention to himself, which that's with how they get caught most of the time. Them dumb motherfuckers that want to act like they know the law and don't know shit. They just reciting and don't really know.
Patsy has left the meeting.
Okay. Duchess, what do you say?
I'm going to ask you to repeat the question.
Is this fatal shooting a precautionary tale for Black men everywhere as it pertains to dealing with police officers?
The world we live in should already be a precautionary tale of how Black men need to move in this world.
Mm.
If this incident
Patsy has joined the meeting.
is the thing that enlightens you, why have you been asleep?
Ooh. Ooh. Nicely said. Sean, what's your perspective?
Kiana dropped the mic on that one.
Okay. All right. Well, to the last question. We are at the last question. Patsy, you with us?
Yep.
All right. Question number 8. Do you think that the police officer's body cam footage will help convict or acquit Officer O'Malley of all charges?
If it's showing opposite of what he's saying happened, he's going to jail. You know, it might be like they said, he's being charged with manslaughter, which is the lesser charge of any kind of murder charges. So I know he's not going to get a lot of time. Like if he was murder, like a regular murder case, it's just a manslaughter. So, not to say that either way, it's a good thing he killed somebody. It's never not a good thing. It's that definitely is biblical. Don't kill others. But yeah, he's going to serve a lesser sentence if it's um the body cam and what was said is not matching up.
Well said, well said. Thank you for your participation. Timmy, same question. Will the police officers body cam footage help convict or acquit Officer O'Malley of all charges? You got to turn your mic on.
Okay, I look at it like this. If the evidence is there to convict them, yes. I mean, you're supposed to uphold the law, not disrupt the law. So if he's guilty, he's supposed to get his punishment, whether it be murder one or manslaughter. He's still being punished for his crime.
Mm. Well said, well said. Thank you for your participation. Brimage, it's on you. Will the body cam footage of the officers help to convict or acquit Officer O'Malley of all charges?
Who knows? Like game of chess. What's your next move? Is it going to be strategic or is it just going to be a game of checkers? I'm going to tell you like this. It's in the hand of the system. And if they don't alter, tamper, or edit their tape, their cam, then if there's evidence on there proving that he's guilty, hopefully he'll do the right time that they give him. But if there's evidence on there saying that he did something to justify why he shot this man, then, however they see fit. But if they mess with this footage, we will never know. Would they be honest and tell us they fixed it to get him off or a lesser sentence?
Okay. Thank you for your participation. Gregory, what do you say?
I think it's all shady anyways. Them them as in the people that already seen the footage and stringing along the public to not let them see the footage, and they already know if the officer did something wrong or not. It's either they want people to be in some type of hysteria, or they just really don't give a goddamn what the public really thinks. You get what I'm saying? Even though we sanction them to have these body cams, and we're not a part of any of that. So it doesn't make any sense. Once again, like I said, who is this working for? Who is this system really for? Because if the public aren't able to see anything and you just come to a conclusion after you put out the footage, after withholding the footage, and like they said, it could be tampered with or whatever. They could be showing you what it's AI's. Listen, when they put out new technology, they already been using it. So once again, when they're withholding stuff like this, they'll come out with a whole fake video and show you some shit that really didn't happen. When in the back of their mind, they all already know what happened. That's why I said it was shady at the beginning. It's all just a whole shady thing.
Okay. Thank you for your participation. Tanya, what do you say? Will the body cam footage help to convict or acquit Officer O'Malley of all charges?
Well, I could say this. There's a lot more going on with that footage than we know.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that it will help to acquit him or convict him. What I can say that there's more that the manslaughter is probably the lesser charge that they make in public, because Ben Crump, isn't he a civil rights lawyer?
Yes, and he's also been a part of a lot of these cases where Black people have been fatally wounded or just killed outright. But
Yeah, so I'm thinking that there's more to it than what we really know.
yes, yes. Thank you
So
for go ahead.
I think that's why they're not releasing the body cam, because it would show more on what Ben Crump is involved with, and I think that they're trying to, like, I think someone said it earlier, trying to alleviate a uproar.
Yes, staunch the flow of the blood that may be shed. Thank you for your participation. Sean, what's your perspective? Will this officer's body cam footage uh, help to convict or acquit Officer O'Malley of all charges?
I don't know. I haven't seen the video, so until I see what the video indicates, it's only up in the air from there.
Hmm? Ah,
You know,
Duchess.
oh, go ahead, go to
Oh,
Duchess.
wait,
No, go
because
to Duchess.
no, because if you got something to say, I'm gonna let her in. So go ahead and
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say, I said what I said because I was looking at something a few days ago about a riot that went on in Boston back in '91, I think it was, that was racially motivated over a killing. So I think that maybe they are taking that into consideration. If the body cam is going to show something worse than what they're leading us to believe, which is why Ben Crump is involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted to add.
Okay. Duchess, you ready?
Yes.
You need the question or you good?
Can you repeat the question?
Okay. Will the officer's body cam footage help to convict or acquit Officer O'Malley of all charges?
I don't know if it will help, because I feel like perspectives and angles make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it will help him or hurt him. I also think that a lot of people in this day and age with a microwave thing, we want stuff now. And so everybody wants it because they think that they deserve it. And we're in an entitlement group too. So again, there has to be a thorough investigation. Just because a district attorney even makes a case, they still have to investigate it. So everybody wants what they want because they feel like they deserve it, and cases on TV are solved in an hour, and that's not actuality, and that's not reality at all.
Okay. Thank you for your participation. All right, Boston, you got a job to do. Let's do the right thing. Everybody stay tuned. We'll give you an update as soon as we learn more about this situation.
Welcome to the Still a Man platform, where real conversations leads to real growth. Every Monday, step into Man in the Mirror, a platform where people come to share their journey, their past, their present, and the future. Real stories, real reflections, and real transformation. On Tuesdays, tap into the heart of the conversation with Still a Man podcast, honest talk, raw truth, and the kind of realness most people are afraid to dig into. And every Wednesday, ease into the middle of your week with Wind Down Wednesday, your space to reset, release, and recharge. 3 shows, 3 experiences, 1 platform built on truth, growth, and connection. Support the movement, subscribe, share, and stay tuned. Mondays, Man in the Mirror. Tuesdays, Still a Man podcast. Wednesdays, Wind Down Wednesday. This is the Still a Man platform. Real talk, real life, real people.